Whether you like it or don't like it, sit down and look at it because it's the best going today. Woo!
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. Let's get right down to business. Sergey Kovalev has signed up for a rematch with Lydia Alvarez first quarter 2019. I think it's going to be on ESPN. It will not be on HBO. HBO did not pick this fight up. And going into this rematch, Sergey Kovalev has switched trainers. His trainer is now Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt was a really good fighter. He's a really good trainer. And it seems like he's just a good guy, period. Question is, will a change in trainers, no matter if it was Buddy McGirt or somebody else, will it make a difference for Sergey Kovalev to have a new trainer in his corner? Now, let's recap. Sergey Kovalev has been known to not listen to his trainers. He's been known to not be easy to deal with when it comes down to trainers. We all know that. That's facts. Him and John David Jackson, that was his original coach and trainer. They ended on a really bad note. John David Jackson said a lot of different things about Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev said some things about John David Jackson, and it just didn't end up well. You know what I'm saying? And that was in the Sergey Kovalev, Andre Ward saga. Now, also, Sergey Kovalev went from John David Jackson to basically his old Russian coach. And that coach was in his corner when he lost to Lydia Alvarez. And he was in his corner when he lost to Andre Ward the second time. Now, John David Jackson was in the corner. He just wasn't the head trainer for that particular fight. He wasn't the head guy. So, Sergey Kovalev has taken 3 losses. 2 to Andre Ward, 1 to Lydia Alvarez. 2 of the 3 fights he's gotten stopped. It seems from the outside, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems from the outside he has blamed his trainers. He's blamed certain elements. But it seems like the one person he hasn't blamed is himself. Now, a lot of things was said during the build-up to the Andre Ward fights that, Sergey Kovalev likes to, he likes to drink a little bit. He likes to, sip some of the, adult beverages. And we all know that that's not really a great thing for a boxer, but, they were saying he hits the sauce pretty hard. I mean, hey, I don't know that. I don't live around Sergey Kovalev. I don't hang out with Sergey Kovalev. I'm not at the bar with Sergey Kovalev. When I go to the bar and I look to my right and look to my left, I don't see no Russians and I don't see Sergey Kovalev. So I don't know if that's facts or not. It's Andre Ward and his team's word against Sergey Kovalev's word. That's neither here nor there. But bottom line is Sergey Kovalev has not taken personal responsibility for his own actions. I mean, seriously. Not only in boxing, but just in life. There's not a lot of people that can look in the mirror and actually be honest with what they're looking at. A lot of people look in the mirror and they lie about what they see. Very few people can look in the mirror and be truthful with what they see. And that's the first thing with making change in life, period, is to be honest with what you see in the mirror right now. So with Sergey Kovalev coming off of a knockout loss against Elia Alvarez, Sergey Kovalev going into a rematch against the same guy that just knocked him out. It's the third loss of his career. Part of his whole marketing, his persona, was to have his opponent scared before he even gets into the ring. The bully mentality. Nobody's scared of Sergey Kovalev anymore. People see the flaws in his game. There's probably not a 175-pounder out there, a top one, that don't think they can't beat Sergey Kovalev right now. So from the outside looking in, it looks like Sergey Kovalev is a guy that likes to drink a little bit, 35 years old, doesn't live the fighter lifestyle, and he's stubborn. Even gives his trainer trouble. That's what it is perceived on the outside looking in. So, can Buddy McGirt do anything to change the tide for Sergey Kovalev? My answer is no. Hell no. Because it's an old phrase. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Sergey Kovalev has shown who he is. If he can't bully you, if he can't have you shook mentally before you get into the ring, he is going to have trouble with you. And this is why I said after Sergey Kovalev lost to Andre Ward the first time, and a lot of people still debate that fight on whether Andre Ward actually won that fight or if Sergey Kovalev won that fight. My very first video on this channel was, can Sergey Kovalev recover from the ghost of Andre Ward? And still to this day, that is the case, because the tide started to turn when he fought Andre Ward. Prior to that, he was the boogeyman. He was the guy that everybody was fearing at 175. Adonis Stevenson didn't want no smoke. There was a lot of other guys that didn't want no smoke. But it took for Andre Ward to put it together, to show everybody that Kovalev had flaws in his game. And then it took for Elia Alvarez to come up with his own game plan to get Kovalev up out of there. He didn't even take the Andre Ward blueprint to stop Sergey Kovalev. But see, this is the thing. Even though Sergey Kovalev got stopped by Elia Alvarez, couldn't get out of the way of the right hand and save his life, Sergey Kovalev did have Elia Alvarez hurt and had him hurt bad in that fight. So I'm not saying that Sergey Kovalev can't win this rematch. Not saying that at all. I'm not saying that Sergey Kovalev is still not a top 175-pounder in the world, because he is. What I'm saying is if Sergey Kovalev is going to win this rematch against Elia Alvarez, it's going to be because of Sergey Kovalev and what he actually does in the ring. But from a scheme perspective, from a fighting perspective, Buddy McGirt is not going to bring anything that's going to change how Sergey Kovalev is going to fight. Sergey Kovalev is going to fight the same. It's just his personnel in the background just looks a little different now with Buddy McGirt. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.